Stealing is a crime. Therefore, by extension, being a thief makes you a criminal. And it's about time that Zidane and the Tantalus boys turned over a new leaf. So today we'll be finding out whether it's possible to beat Final Fantasy IX without stealing anything. Ready? Let's go. First things first, let's establish the rules. What exactly do I mean when I say we can't steal anything? Rule number 1 is obvious. No using the steal command. Pretty self-explanatory, sticky fingers not allowed. Rule 2, no opening chests or picking up random items off the floor. If somebody went to the trouble of putting something away in a chest, it's safe to assume that they wouldn't want some random ne'er-do-well nicking their prized possession. And even if something has been absent-mindedly left lying on the ground, it's still not ours to take, so we're just going to leave it be. Now, if an NPC gives us an item of their own free will, or gives us permission to take something, that's all gravy. We'll happily take those gracious gifts. But what about the items you automatically collect after battle? That brings us to rule the 3rd. We'll be making use of a handy loot list to track any items we pick up after fights, which we will return to the nearest available shop for a small finder's fee. Money's going to be tight in this run, so passing on the goods for a little gil seems the most responsible choice. And finally, rule number 4, no Chocobo Hot and Cold. Manipulating this minigame would make the challenge pretty straightforward, and if you really think about it, archaeology is just stealing from the ground. So we won't be spending any time with our Chocobo friends during this challenge. Except Bobby Corwin. We love Bobby Corwin. Zidane begins his journey of redemption by making a conscious choice not to steal the Mage Masher from his boss, which hurts my soul but sets the tone fairly early. Soon after we get to take control of Best Boy Vivi, who is an honest soul and refuses to pick up any of the random doodads left strewn around the streets of Alexandria. Though we do help this kid find his kitten because we're nice, and get rewarded with a bum card. We enjoy our time treading the boards in all-time classic I Want to Be Your Canary, and effortlessly achieve a perfect score in the sword fight minigame. Stop doing the left and rights, please. Oh no, gonna again. Oh no, I fluffed it straight away because my finger was always on the Y. It's always on the Y as if it thinks Y is going to be the first option there, and it's never the first option there. And again. Oh my god, did I do it? I don't think I missed any inputs, just a question of how quick it was. Please, 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 please. Yes! But it's worth the pain as the generous skill gifted to us will make our life a lot easier in the short term. After taking control of Steiner, we make sure to speak to all of the Knights of Pluto to be gifted an invaluable elixir. Then back to Zidane, where luckily we don't have to kidnap the princess because she wants to be kidnapped, so our conscience remains clear. One dramatic escape and a fiery crash later. I think they're going to be okay, folks. Well, they tried. So FF10 next, yeah? We quit the band, rescue Garnet from a big plant, and escape from the petrifying evil forest with absolutely no casualties. Onward to the ice cavern, where we don't melt the ice blocking the various treasures, and Zidane works out his pent-up frustration by taking on Black Quartz 1 and his pet. It doesn't go well. Ah, damn it, am I going to have to waste a turn healing myself up? Maybe not. Let's risk it for a biscuit. I need to get damage on him while I can. Definitely need to heal on my next turn though. Oh, you can use Blizzara now? Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. We grind a few extra fights for some valuable experience, and the second attempt goes far more smoothly, leaving Garnet free to implausibly name herself after a weapon as we wander down into the peaceful village of Dali, where nothing mysterious or dodgy could possibly be happening. Vivi gets kidnapped, Zidane berates the local youngsters. The scoundrels have taken our boy, but we are unaware of this just yet. Will you get away from me, you stupid children? And we uncover the secret underground Black Mage production facility that is in no way suspicious or morally troublesome. Black Waltz 2 turns up to kidnap Dagger and murder the rest of the party, but since we're firmly of the lawful good variety now, we insist rather forcefully that he not do that. Hopping on board a nearby cargo ship, we borrow it to take Dagger safely to her intended destination of Limblum. Black Quartz 3, being the last of his kind, decides to intervene, resulting in arguably one of the coolest cutscenes in the game. God damn, I love that cutscene. That cutscene is so good. Once in Limblum, we learn that Regent Sid has been turned into an Oglop, meet up with Freya, and bemoan our limited funds on our shopping trip into town. This is fine, just spending all my money. Nothing to see here. We hear Dagger singing upstairs, but since riffraff aren't allowed into the upper levels, we're forced to once again borrow something. This gentleman's clothes. And see, because we're only borrowing, we're already done with the clothes, we're going to leave them here in the lift. so that he can come get them later on. After playing I Spy with the telescope and striking out epically with Dagger, we volunteer for the Festival of the Hunt to impress her with our sweet, sweet battle prowess. There we go. Our ineptitude does result in Freya winning though, which nets us the incredibly useful coral ring as a prize. Dagger gets revenge on Zidane for his earlier inappropriate actions by drugging everybody, and in classic D&D style, she splits the party. Zidane and the other victims of Dagger's rather extreme practical joke head north, collect chat favourite Queener, and head into Gizal Grotto. This is where an issue presents itself. The doors inside run on an entirely impractical bell system. Most of the bells required to proceed are willingly gifted to you by the dying Burmesians, but one is acquired after an unavoidable fight against some black mages, and the other, more troublingly, is sealed away inside this chest. I had to make a judgment call, and since the bells are required to proceed and offer no benefit to Zidane financial or otherwise after being used to unlock the doors, I allowed him to open this one chest. It felt a bit wrong, but the run dies here if I don't allow it. With just 2 tents in my inventory, I gambled on the speedrun strategy to blind and silence the next boss. Please work. Okay, that one didn't work. We've got one more go. Please, 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 please. Yes! Oh my god, it worked! After escaping the grotto, Zidane has a momentary lapse in judgment. I think there's somebody here that will sell us stuff behind the door. I'm pretty sure. I will be very careful not to... Oh no, I opened the chest. Okay, never mind, we have to reload. So I reload and continue on to the happiest place in the entire world. We avoid picking up any of the random items in the City of Eternal Rain, including a weapon upgrade for Freya, which would have been useful. At this point, resource management is starting to become a bit of an issue, but I decide to play it safe in the first fight against Beatrix by stocking up on Phoenix Downs and simply waiting her out. Meanwhile, Dagger and Steiner meet up with Marcus and beat up Black Waltz 3 one last time. Onwards to Treno, where somebody clearly didn't get the memo that this was a non-stealing run. Luckily, we apprehend the chap who nervously gives us the handy power belt in apology for his crimes. We continue to bemoan our lack of funds. I want to buy stuff, please. Oh, I don't have any money. Oh no, I spent all my money on junk. And since Dagger has already started to embrace chaos, she agrees to help Tantalus retrieve an item known as a Super Soft in order to save our boy Blankety Blank. Luckily, this doesn't escalate to full theft, as it turns out the owner of said item is Dr. Tot, Dagger's old tutor, who happily agrees to hand it over. A quick bit of underground bug network management later and we're off to Alexandria, where Dagger and Steiner get punished for even contemplating stealing the Super Soft. Also, plot reasons. Whilst they get incarcerated, Zidane and his team head towards Clara, ignoring all the lovely treasures as they climb the trunk and explore the town. We save Prince Puck from the Antlion, and our reward is watching the Clarion equivalent of Riverdance. But because we're not allowed nice things, the heart breaks, Alexandrian soldiers invade, and we're forced to save the inept local so that they can shower us with gifts later. We get stepped on by Beatrix once more before learning of Dagger's impending execution for stealing, also plot reasons, and race to Alexandria to save her. Steiner and Marcus have fun with physics, the party regroups, and we head into the Clown's murder dungeon to save Dagger. One final fight with Beatrix awaits before we point out to her that an unconscious Dagger is lying on the sofa literally right behind us. Perhaps her eye patch obscured her vision. Doesn't matter, she's still awesome, and she decides that Queen Bran trying to murder Dagger is distinctly uncool, so she teams up with Freya and Steiner to fight off these lovably terrifying murder bunnies. Zidane, Dagger and Vivi hop on board the Gargant Express, take on this slippery bastard, and end up crashing into Pinnacle Rocks, where we play storyteller to a clearly senile old Eidolon called Ramu. Limblom gets wrecked and surrenders to Alexandria, so we do what little shopping we can and head back to Q's Marsh to navigate Fossil Rue. On the way we fight popular bounty hunter Lani, who is still keen on ensuring Dagger is punished for contemplating theft. We emerge on the outer continent, say a cheery rally ho to the dwarves of Konpeti, and meet up with Vivi's kin in the Black Mage village. After a healthy dose of existential dread, we head back to Konpeti for some underage marriage and meet up with nobody's favourite character, Eiko. A quick fight with this bondage giant later, and we make it back to Madain Sari, where Eiko has been living entirely on her own, ostracised for her stealing tendencies and generally annoying personality. There was a slight miscalculation after dinner, so in many ways they're actually quite good for each other. No, I picked up something, damn it! So a quick reload later, and we successfully manage the complicated task of moving a pot from the table to the kitchen. Desperate to prove herself useful, Eiko guides us to the Aoife tree, where we ignore the looming threat of death and make tree puns until the boss dies. Damn it. Alright, tree puns. How do trees access the internet? They log in? Oh, thank you. Returning to Madain Sari, Eiko continues to be useless and gets herself kidnapped by Lani, ultimately resulting in a one-on-one fight between Zidane and this gentleman, where the only thing as startling as his hair is his complete lack of personality. Needless to say, he is thoroughly impressed by how Zidane is managing to turn his life around, so tags along on the adventure. Back to the Ether Tree to watch Kuja hijack Bahamut and blast Queen Bran's fleet to smithereens, leaving Dagger as queen and Zidane moping to such an extent that he begs to rejoin Tantalus and go back to his old thieving lifestyle. Luckily, they hold firm on their convictions and Vivi, being the best boy, helps to keep Zidane on the path to redemption by taking him on a boys' night out trip to Treno. We effortlessly succeed in the card tournament. Maybe like that. Good, this is going well. Oh, that went badly. Can we try and claim this one back? No, that went terribly. Okay, we're reloading because I don't understand how this game works. I thought I was winning there, and yet somehow I was not. Only to discover that we once again need to return to Alexandria, which is under attack. Beatrix and Steiner fight to the death, almost literally. I really need you to wake up, Beatrix. Oh, fucking hell. And Eiko skydives onto a perplexed Dagger. Together, they summon the appropriately named Alexander to try and protect the city until Zidane swoops in to save Dagger. And also Eiko, I guess. Back in Limblum, Dagger loses her voice and we attempt to fix Sid's Oglop situation. So, spoiler alert, that didn't work. But he's not an Oglop anymore. Now he's a frog. With the Regent's permission, we take his ship and learn of the location of Kuja's secret desert lair, which we find only to get immediately imprisoned in, because it's not a Final Fantasy game if you don't end up in prison at some point. Once again, we ignore a fundamental rule of D&D and split the party, with Zidane leading a team to take on the greatest nuisance in the game, this walking pirate ship house thingy. Yeah, the stumps, everything about this is a bad time. It's a pirate ship Baba Yaga hut that doesn't like us. With the biggest threat subdued, we head to this place, ignore the numerous goodies inside which don't belong to us, and defeat an angry airship. We somehow manage to succeed on the infuriating Hedgehog Pie red light green light minigame first time, and take the rest of the party through the Desert Palace dungeon. The Bloodstones are described as offerings, so we happily take them to both bolster our limited stock of equipment and to weaken the boss, who goes down with minimal fuss. The party are reunited, only for Eiko to do what she does best and get kidnapped, forcing us to give chase to the snowy climbs of Estogaza. We safely navigate the potentially tricky fight against the Red Dragons, but forget about the lack of save point before the fight against the Clown Boys in their final disgusting form. Okay, that's... yeah, that was what I was worried about. Luckily, a spear strike from Freya up above scrapes us through the fight, and we're able to safely return to Limblum. Dagger runs off to Alexandria and cuts her hair off in a classic power move, before the party heads off to Ipsen's castle where we inexplicably don't get into a single random encounter. Vivi demolishes the boss with Bio, Zidane rescues Armorant from a very mopey fate, and we head onward to Zidane and Queen's inevitable victory against the Earth Guardian. That's going to do a bit of damage to me. What I need is Reflect, really. Oh, you're dead. Realising that we might just be a smidge underprepared, we head to Daguerre to grab some Gaia gear and a Reflect ring, as well as grinding a few extra levels against some Grand Dragons using Queen's level 5 death ability. We also make sure to take advantage of this unique opportunity to be berated for our complete disinterest in stealing anything the entire game. The ideal rank you're looking for is a rank S. I am currently rank H. Don't ever talk to me again, loser. Our second attempt at the Earth Guardian goes smoothly and we travel into Terra, but we fail once more to bump into a single random encounter, leaving us somewhat underfunded and underleveled as we dive headfirst into the famous You Are Not Alone section. Oh, don't do it again, I could die here. Damn it, fucking hell, he hit me twice and that was enough, eh? Somehow we managed to struggle through, and bolstered with false confidence we launch ourselves at the end of Disc 3 boss rush. With a fair amount of luck on our side, we emerge triumphant, so Kuja gets stroppy and completely destroys Terra. After taking some time to grind a few necessary levels and stock up on supplies, we head towards Memoria. Unable to collect the various powerful weapons lying around, we press on and defeat the elemental bosses one by one, always completely in control. Right, don't attack with Zidane, so I guess... Oh, shit. Well, that's unfortunate. You know what? I'm in an oddly unique position where I can almost let chat crack on with itself, and I'm just going to focus on not dying. So, I'm just going to focus on what's happening here. Death is bad. We don't like death. Please don't do death on him. Mean. We even decide to take on Hades for shits and giggles. The first attempt goes poorly. Oh, Cleave's a problem. Cleave's a huge problem. Dagger, hurry up. Get your go before him. No! Ah, it's over. But after taking some time to prepare properly, we managed to defeat him on the second attempt and use our limited funds to craft some more useful ethers. On to the final rush. Death Guys goes down surprisingly easily, and even Kuja doesn't present too much of a threat. Then Necron decides to show up. Yeah, I am kind of losing, I know, I'm fully aware, Papas. I don't think she can. I know, what the what if is there. No, she's dead. We regroup, and with a fair chunk of RNG luck shining down upon us, we manage to defeat Death itself to bring this challenge to a triumphant conclusion. As the credits roll, I decide to drop one last truth bomb on the chat. Oh, also Vivi's dead. Cue the piano noise. Thank you. So, can you beat Final Fantasy IX without stealing anything? That largely depends on how you interpret this section in Gizal Grotto. I don't believe there's any way to bypass this section without collecting the bells dropped by the Black Mage and inside the chest, but equally Zidane doesn't really gain anything from them other than opening doors to the rest of the plot. I guess at the end of the day that's a judgment call, but I'm going to count this as a successful challenge run, with Zidane fully reformed from his nefarious lifestyle as a thief, and with literally zero other character flaws. Well, almost. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and keep an eye out for more challenge runs in the future. Thanks for watching, and ta-ra!